This is a great question, and it's really not all that self-explanatory, right? And first of all, I want to preface by saying that, you know, he probably didn't intend to kill her. He intended to stop the threat. And that's the whole purpose. Nobody goes in wanting to kill someone, right? So we need to get that out of the way and just preface it with that. So people say that he murdered her. You know, he shot with one hand, and I'm going to say right now that's not a really easy shot to take, especially with one hand, right? He did have the phone in the other hand, but he shot to stop the threat. Why did he take the follow-up shots? Because he probably didn't know that he hit her, right? And he took 2 follow-up shots, the second and third, right, to neutralize the threat and to, you know, make sure the threat was stopped. Okay? Now, pay attention to my words. What I said is that I say to stop the threat, right? They're not out there to try to kill someone, right? And like I said in my previous video, I don't think that she wanted to kill him, but, you know, he had to defend himself. So that second and third shot is always warranted. When I teach my self-defense, if God forbid you're ever in that situation, right, we don't shoot, right, just one time, right? If you're in a threatening situation, or in a, you know, to where somebody is attacking you, right, we want to take our shots, and we generally want to take them center mass, which brings me to my next point. Not everybody who takes a headshot dies, okay? And there could be a lot of reasons why that just didn't happen. It could be because sheer luck that it didn't hit anything that would kill them, any vital organs that would kill them. Generally, if a shot is going to be taken, let me go back. We don't know where that shot hit. We know that was probably the shot that killed her, right? So I'm gonna assume, I don't know where that round went in her head, right? Or if she even died right away, right? But if it generally went right here, this is soft tissue, and he shot right there, that it might have just instantly killed her. But again, he didn't know that as she was passing by, because the car was floored and she was passing by pretty quick. He took 2 follow-up shots to make sure that threat was stopped. So that's your answer. I hope that answered it, right? So those are 2 follow-up shots. They're taught to do that. I teach to do that, and it's to stop the threat, right? And that's really about it. It's really nothing. The prosecution might make an issue of it. They probably will make an issue of it, right? But that's what's taught, right? You take your shot because one shot generally doesn't put the threat down, right? So that being said, he aimed for the target that he saw. The target that he saw was her head, right? I'm sitting in my truck right now talking to you, and I'm looking over the steering wheel. If somebody was to shoot at me, they can't shoot me in the chest, but they could shoot me in the face. So, you know, or they could shoot me in the head somewhere, right? So we are taught, and what I teach generally outside of this, right, is if you are in a threat and you need to, God forbid, use your firearm, and I always stress it's your last resort, right, we teach to shoot center mass. Now, let me explain shooting center mass, how that works, right? You can shoot center mass. You can put 2 in their chest, and that person can still be coming at you, even if you hit him directly in the heart. He's not going to instantly drop, okay? And so you don't know if that person if he's still coming after you, right? Even after you shoot him, right? You've got anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds before, before that threat bleeds out, before he drops. So that means if that person is still coming at you, you're up against the wall, right? Then you take your headshot. We call that a failure drill. 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. That is your last resort, right? We never want to do that, but if that's your last resort, that's what you have to. So it is certain situations that warrant that. So that's basically about it. But to get back to it, I tend to ramble a little bit, but to get back to it, right, he took his initial shot, right? Probably didn't know she was dead. She went passing by. He took 2 follow-up shots. That's taught. That's probably standard to take 2 or more shots, whatever it needs to take the threat or to stop the threat. And that's it. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Let's talk about it.